Welcome to this demonstration of the Microsoft CRM 2013 connector for Sage 50 accounting. I'm Stamati from Redware. You can get more information at redware.com under the Microsoft section, where you can see this video and look at other informations and purchase the software. So the connector connects Microsoft CRM 2013 with Sage 50 accounting. Basically, the sales guys can trigger the upload, and it will push a sales order from CRM into Sage as an invoice, allow the accountants to do the invoicing, and then push the invoice back into CRM, where it tracks the payment status and the amount outstanding. There's also some data migration stuff, and we have some extra utilities for billing and a website where you can see all your Sage transactions. This demo, we're basically going to show you the pushing of a sales order through to Sage 50 and back. So we've got three pieces of software on this machine. First of all, we have Sage here, Sage 50 UK version. We have Microsoft CRM in the cloud. Obviously our software works with 2011, and we have a version for version 4 as well, on-premise, on-site, and here we're looking at 2013. And software, which is basically a batch program that sits on the same PC that Sage is running, so it can communicate both with Sage, which is on your premise, and CRM, which might be in the cloud. So to start with, let's just look at CRM. The philosophy is to use the fields that are already in CRM. So if we look at an account here, there's two fields that we use to synchronize, which are account number and relationship type. In this record here, ABC Limited, it's a new customer, so they've not been set yet. Once we push the order through into a CRM, into Sage, it will have set this account number and relationship type. These fields here are optional fields that you can add into CRM. For example, in this case, to push the VAT tax reference through into Sage, so we can record that and put that on invoices if we wanted to. Here is the order that I've created already. Again, we're using standard order. This is a standard order form from CRM. There's one thing you might like to note, which is on the order item. We've got a description field here where we can change the description that's going to show up on the invoice itself. So calculator for Johnny is what we'll put in there, and that's going to overwrite the text on the invoice. Otherwise, these fields are all exactly the CRM fields, except that we add some status reasons there for the sales guy to change the status of the order to push the invoice into Sage. That's the only thing the salesperson needs to do, in addition to the normal sales cycle, is just change that status there. And from that moment, the software will know to upload that order as an invoice. These fields here are optional extra fields. What's nice is the Sage reference, where you can see the invoice number, and also if you take credit card payments over the phone, or you receive a check with an order, the sales guy can put that payment in there and push that through into Sage to save the accountant a transaction. So once the order is set, we can run the batch process. This looks big on the screen because I've got a low resolution here, but typically this program will run once or twice a day, or you double click on it when you go look for a coffee if the accountants can push them through. And however many orders are ready for invoicing will all be processed through to Sage at the same time. So you could have tens or even hundreds of invoices pushing through to Sage. So we can see here it's created invoice number 135, and in fact it's also pushed that ABC account into Sage, and it's checked that the product already exists. So the process will push customers and products through, as well as the actual invoice itself. If we have a look here at invoice 135, we can see that it's pushed through the item, 2 calculators at £17, and it's changed the text there to be calculated for Johnny. Also, what's very important from the accounting point of view is this nominal code and this tax code are taken from the product in Sage, so the accountant can control the VAT and the nominal simply by changing the nominal codes against the products in Sage. So that you can work with your accountant, and all the nominal ledger transactions will be, and VAT calculations will be done correctly and under their control, which is very useful. If we look at the account itself, it's pushed through the account address, obviously it's taken through the VAT number, it's taken through all the contact details, the default contact and so on, and it's pushed that through these optional fields through here. We respect these settings here in Sage, so if you never wanted any tax to be set for these guys, you can change the defaults here. So the accountant can view the invoice. If it doesn't like it, it doesn't have to be posted through to the ledgers, but we can post this one through for £40. So that invoice was now posted into Sage, and it's ready to push back into CRM as an invoice record. So if we go back to the software and run the batch again, what it will do is, after it's checked for any orders, of which there are none at the moment, it will then look inside Sage for any new invoices and any payment transactions, and it will push those back into CRM, which we can see now. So first of all, let's refresh this order. I'm just going to press F5 to refresh that order. And we'll see, you see the status reasons changed invoice. That's good, because it means we can no longer edit this order. The tax point, which is a custom field, has changed to the date of the invoice, and the Sage reference there, 135, is a cross check for us. That's the only changes it will have done to the order. If we now look at the invoices, which is just uploaded, here's the corresponding invoice that's come back from Sage. You can see it's set these the Sage reference, and these are custom fields here: the tax point, the payment due, and the outstanding. And it's copied that through, and this time against the item it will have pushed through the tax that's on the Sage invoice and been calculated by Sage. So one other thing is in the notes you can see there's a PDF there, which is the PDF from Sage, which is useful if you want to send that back to the customer without bothering accounts. So that's the cycle so far. We've created an order, we've pushed it through into Sage as an invoice, we've updated it in Sage, and it's come back into CRM as an invoice. And that's a good check for the sales guys. They can see if there's a corresponding invoice against their orders as a sort of visual to double check that accounts have processed it. Okay, the final piece in the jigsaw is we want this outstanding amount to show us any payments or part payments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and part pay this ABC Limited invoice. So if I go to bank, I go to customer, this is the accountant will do ABC Limited. Let's pay off, let's pay off the whole lot. So that's paid in full. Okay, so that invoice has been paid, and now the next time we run the software, it's checking through, as I said, for first it's checking through for any new orders from CRM, secondly any new invoices, and thirdly it's checking to see if there's any payment transactions, and it will double check and update that invoice in CRM. If we have a look, and go back to CRM. If I press F5, I'm going to refresh this invoice, and it's going to show us that the invoice here, up here, the status reason is complete, is paid. The status is paid, so that invoice has been paid off. And if it had been a partial payment, it would show you the outstanding amount down here. So basically, that's the demonstration. So we've seen an order in CRM with minimal changes to the structure of Microsoft CRM 2013, pushed through into Sage, then the accountants process it, comes back into Sage as an invoice, and the amounts and payment statements are being tracked. So that's it. Please come to redware.com, have a look more on our Sage 50 connector for Microsoft CRM 2013, and we have more complex solutions for your billing if you've got tens or hundreds of invoices to do regularly, plus lots of other stuff. Okay, thank you for watching.